Good morning, my dear children. Welcome back to this video session where we are discussing the chapter Measures of Dispersion. Children, we have discussed almost all of the measures except the variance and the coefficient of variance. We have discussed the standard deviation for the ungrouped data. Now we will discuss the standard deviation for the grouped data. So children, what is the difference between the grouped data and ungrouped data? We know that in the ungrouped data, only the values of the variables will be given. Whereas in this grouped data, its related frequencies also will be there. So here we can see that the formula or the simplified formula for calculating the standard deviation is a root of sigma fx square by n minus sigma fx by n whole square. That is, in the ungrouped data, we have used the x, that is only the values of the variables only we have taken into consideration. But here we have to multiply its relative frequencies with all these values and we have to square it and we have to find the whole square root of all the answers. So at first we have to calculate the sigma fx, that is what the values of a variable multiplied with its respective frequencies, we have to sum up and we have to calculate the sigma fx and we have to square it, and after we have to calculate the sigma fx by n. We know that the capital N means it is the total value of all the frequencies given, and you have to take the square root of whole of the sigma fx by n. And after finding the values, we have to substitute those values and finally we have to find the whole square root of all these values. So this is the manner how we have to calculate the standard deviation for the grouped data. So I told you, once again I'll just explain that the only difference between the grouped and ungrouped data is we have to, in the grouped data, multiplied with its relative frequencies and we have to calculate the final answers. And after calculating the values for the standard deviation, how we can infer some conclusions from that data, or how we can make some inferences about the dispersion of the data. That is, a large number for the standard deviation means there is a wide spread of values around the mean. That is, a large number for the standard deviation. It means that there is a wide dispersion among the values around the mean or from the average of the values. Whereas a small number, if the final answer for the standard deviation is a small number, what it implies? There is not much dispersion of the values from the mean. So here, this is the conclusion that we have to make after calculating the standard deviation. Large numbers represents that there is much dispersion of values, whereas the small number represents only a small dispersion among the values. Then the next measure is the coefficient of variation. This is the last measure that we have to discuss in this lesson. And here in this, coefficient of variation indicates the spread of values around the mean by a percentage. That is, this is an relative measure of dispersion. So at first I have explained about the relative measures. That is, the relative measures takes into account, yes, the ratios as well as the percentages. They will always calculate in the percentage manner only. So here coefficient of variation equals standard deviation into 100 divided by mean. That is SD into 100 divided by the mean. So at first we have to calculate the values of SD, mean, and at last we have to multiply with the 100. So this is the manner how we have to calculate the coefficient of variation. So children, almost all the measures of dispersion are over. Next, we will calculate the different numerical solutions of these related measures. And while doing the relative measures, it will be more precise for you. So children, thank you for watching this video.